And there we go. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing out there? Oh, Jack Allen is saying and hear me loud and clear. I'm trying a different setup today. It's been a while since I've been up and done any of these things. I've been trying a lot to try and get this quality better, because having looked back on a lot of the streams that I've been doing, the guitar sounds, well, in general, everything sounds a bit odd. I had a few comments of things like playing underwater and having a phaser and everything. And so I've been having a fiddle around with sound and stuff. So it's a slightly different setup. So I'm using my phone, so I can't see things too well. So I'm trying to use a laptop and a phone at the same time, just so I can actually see the comments. So let's have a little read of this and see what's going on. Hello, Mum. The first to comment, I believe. Thank you for that, Mum. Well, maybe the last, I don't know. Can't see what order they're coming in. Jack, seeing and hearing you loud and clear. Sound quality is much better than before. You look like a lefty. Ah, okay. Right, so I'll have to find out a way of flipping the... I don't know what the... How do you flip the picture? So I look like a lefty. I'm looking on here, actually. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's weird. I must be able to do something about that, but I'll do that for next time. At the moment, I'm sort of happy that the sound and the picture's better than it normally is. There's definitely a difference between using the laptop and using the phone there. So hello, Danny. Hello, Phil. Yeah, so I'm not seeing all the comments. I know there's 9 comments, so I'm just going to refresh this and see if I can see what's going on. So yeah, anyway, this is, I think, 2021. Episode 21. I've managed to get halfway through all of the... get halfway through all of my guitars, so yeah, there's only half to go. And to be fair, the remainder, you know, there's some things like acoustics that won't be overly interesting. I'll try and make them as interesting as possible. But to be fair, there are some real gems as well. There's some great use the back-facing cam. How can I use that? And I need to be able to see this. Otherwise, I won't see any of that. I suppose I could try and do that, couldn't I? Turn it around. Can't I just flip? I don't know. I don't know if I can just flip the screen around. Well, I'll check it out anyway. For now, I'm left-handed. That's you know, that's not terrible, is it, Danny? Nothing bad in being left-handed. And being a sinistral person. No, it's not a new cam, Nick. I'm just using the phone instead, just to see if I can get the sound quality be a bit better. But apparently, it sounds like the sound quality is better now anyway. So it seems like that we have success. Okay then, guys. So this is my very nice bitsa Stratocaster. I have a ton of bitsa Stratocasters, but this one in particular is one of my real favourites because it's I don't know, it's just it feels great. It's a really, really nice guitar. Let's turn that delay off. This very, very, if you like, stereotypical Strat-y sound, but all of the sounds are great. So anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about this guitar. This is my Rorycaster, what I like to call it. Oh, hello, Mick. I'm fine, thank you very much. So I'll let you know about various bits about this guitar. This is a bitsa I put together. I've had the bits of this guitar for quite a long time, or certain bits of the guitar. The neck is from a 60s reissue that were available around the mid-90s. I bought a 60s reissue Japanese one, and it's basically a 1960 reissue. Or no, hang on, let's get this right. They had like the 62 reissue that was around, the sort of American one, but then they had Japanese ones which are sort of generalized reissues. So it was called the 1960s reissue rather than the 1960s, like a specific year. So it's quite like a cheaper version, but it was a Japanese one. And it's a really, really lovely neck. So basically what happened is that this was actually a 60s reissue with a photo flame body. I don't know if anyone remembers those photo flame bodies that were around in the 90s. It was a red photo flame, so it was essentially, it looked like a red flame top, but it was a picture of a flame top, basically. It was laid on underneath, and it sort of, when it got a bit beaten up, just looking shit, to be honest. So I decided not to go with that body. So I sold the body on ages ago, and kept it. I think, as I remember, I knackered the body I used a metal pick for a couple of gigs and scratched the body so badly that it looked terrible, and it was never going to look good relict because of this photo flame nonsense. So I got shot of it in the end, but kept the neck and put another neck on that one and sold it to a student, I think. But basically, it's a 1960s, it's like a 60s style Strat neck. So it's rosewood slab fretboard, vintage sort of attributes, if you like. So vintage style, Clouson style sort of tuners. I had Dave Roper. May he rest in peace. He refretted this one ages ago with I think it was jumbo frets, 6105s, no 600s. I think this was. So I've had the neck for a long time. It's had the varnish stripped off on the back. You can probably see that, I think. So there's no varnish on the back up to about here. There's nothing there. So the made in Japan and serial number is all gone completely, but it's most definitely a bitsa Japanese neck. The body's another story. I got this off Facebook Marketplace not that long ago, and I saw this guitar advertised, I think for like 200, I can't remember, it was 2,500 quid, something like that. And it was basically, I saw the body and thought, blimey, that's like a really, really nice relic Strat body. And it was up for like a couple of £100, maybe a bit more. And it just seemed worthwhile just for the cost of the body. But it had everything, it had a nice neck. Okay, it was not the right size headstock, but it was a nice neck. Had a sort of mince. It looked pretty similar to what it looks like now, to be fair, when I bought it. But I've changed most of the things on it and kept the body. And so the body itself, I'll let you have a closer look at that body. It's just a really good relic job. I don't know who did it. I haven't got a clue where it's from. I don't even know if it's a Fender, but it's a really good relic job. I would, I would sort of say that's one of the best relic jobs I've seen on a Strat, and it was a nice sort of bargain off. It was a nice bargain off Facebook Marketplace, so it sort of worked really well for me. I was really after like a nice battered sunburst body to stick this neck on, and so I found that. And then scratch plate is from Fat Boy Guitars, which is a nice, if you look at it closely, it's a warped scratch plate with a metal, like that 60s metal plate underneath. I don't know if you can see the fact that it's actually warped like an original 60s like celluloid scratch plate, so it looks pretty good. And then all the rest of the bits and pieces are from, I think, Charles Guitars, that do a lot of like vintage retro sort of looking parts. So Charles Guitars do like a great like selection of ones that look 60s. The bridge, I believe, actually is just bits that I had lying around. So the bridge itself, I changed the bridge block for a steel block. So there's a steel block in the bridge there, so nice vintage tone on the steel block, and then the rest of it's just bits I had sort of like laying around at home. Pickups, as you can probably already guess, are, just trying to see my comments on here in case I'm missing any. The pickups themselves are actually bare knuckles, as ever. So these are what I would like to say was the normal set of bare knuckles that I like to put into a Strat. So in other words, in this particular one, we have a 63 veneer bare knuckle in the neck, a Irish Tor in the mid position, and in the bridge position is a trilogy, but the trilogy from the middle position. It's because I found the trilogy bridge, although I really like the trilogy pickups, it's just a little too hot for like a vintage Strat tone. So the middle pickup is about sort of 12k, which I find it's pretty perfect for that. Pretty perfect for that sort of stratty tone, still with a bit of guts. You probably, if you were listening earlier, that nice overdriven sound. So that's the back pickup of a Strat. So I always like to think that that's actually sort of a much beefier sort of Strat tone on the bridge pickup because of that nice trilogy middle pickup. Can't imagine Tim at Bare Knuckle's overly chuffed. I did using middle pickups and bridges because obviously he sort of carefully works all this stuff out himself, I'm sure. But you know, I just go where I like the sound of things. So I'll take you through the different tones. So here's it's a little bit of gain, and there's the front pickup. Turn that delay off. Chewy front pickup sound. I really do like that. And then there's this guitar is a slightly duller sort of Strat sound. I've got a Strat that I use full of really bright sounds. That's the one you see behind you, which is this one here. This lovely cream Strat, which has slightly different pickups in it, a little brighter. I think that actually might have a Lindy Fralin in the front of that one. Hi, Colin. And so basically, I thought this is sort of a darker sound altogether. I don't really know why, but it always did, even with different pickups in it. It sounds a dark sounding guitar. So it's not loads of brightness to it. That's the front two pickups. Quite nice, that one. This is the Irish tour in the middle. I do like the middle pickup. I think it's an overlooked sound on a love the Irish tours. Your favourite from BKP, ain't Jack? I do. I have to say I like the 63 veneers. Well, really typical Strat sound. Really, but I say typical, but they sound like an amazing typical Strat sound, as in what you'd expect from a Strat. But the Irish tours, yeah, a little bit more powerful. Peter. No, exactly the same. I don't really like a really bright Strat. For certain things, I don't mind it, but if I'm actually going to do a gig, this is the sort of one I tend to take these days. Because it has loads of guts and no real sort of ice picky sound. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for tuning in. This is about the only Strat I have a tremolo arm on, to be honest. I think I've probably only got one that fits all the guitars, so I have to share them out anyway. So yeah, that was the middle pickup. Let's go back to what I was doing, which was the this is the bridge and middle. I don't often use that sound. I just a little bit of a stereotypical sort of stratty sort of thing. But then the bridge section, this one, much more pokey for you know, in terms of being a strat sound. Not too many Strat bridges sound like that, I have to say. So it's a nice amount of cut, but still sounding really fat and juicy, a bit like a telly. So yeah, I do like that pickup combination. So if you're after a really, if I can say, like a customized bridge all the way through to the middle and front pickup combination that sort of works really well together from Bare Knuckle. If you don't want to get a set, get one of each. 63 at the front, Irish 2 in the middle, and Trilogy mid in the bridge. I just think it works perfectly, especially for this guitar. Right, let's tune that up again, shall we? I think I'll play a song. So I'm hoping, guys, that the sound quality is better now than it has been. I don't know why it's why there's such a massive difference between using the laptop, because I'm sort of I was plugged into the laptop straight from Mixer before, and I'm sort of trying to do exactly the same thing with the phone. Peter heard, yes, there is a bass plate on the bridge pickup. I always have a bass plate on bridge pickups, again, to get them to sound slightly less sort of, if you like, I'm trying to reduce the presence a little bit, and also it just gets it more Telecaster-like for some reason. So yeah, let's play a song, shall we? Let's do it. What we got? I've already done this one before. Yeah, I agree, Thomas. It does sound very telly-ish. I don't like the Strat bridge pickup. You know, a standard Strat bridge pickup. So yeah, I do try to get them to sound as telly-ish, or just really, probably a muddier is better for me for a bridge pickup. I just think, you know, you can get that sort of sound. And if you can achieve that, let's say, for example, this sort of sound. Blimey. Let's turn that bridge, turn that drive down, shall we? Right. So if you get that sort of sound. Out of a Strat, and then still be able to get this sort of sound out of it. Get that sort of vintage sound out of it as well, then it's, I'm always pretty happy with that. Don't like it to be sort of limited. Let's have a go at some. Well, that's Muddy Waters, but I think this was covered by the great Jeff Healey. Jeff Healey was in a film called Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze back in the, well, someone could probably correct me on that, probably late 80s, early 90s, maybe 90s. 90s, I would imagine, early. But there was a couple of songs he did in that, Roadhouse Blues and Hoochie Coochie Man. And that's the one I'm going to do. So I probably won't be able to come in time with this one because it's one of these ridiculous ones that has a click at the beginning and then it just disappears. So there's no way I'm ever going to be in time. So I'll just press start and we'll see how it goes, shall we? No doubt there will be a click at some point when my laptop died earlier, so if it happens again and you can't hear anything, you'll know why. And off it goes. I don't know why they do this clicking thing. 1989. Yeah, Paul, I do the same with the bridge pickup. Always roll the tone off. that's a nice backing track. I've only just downloaded that one. I got it off karaoke version. Was it karaoke version? Yes, it was. Just a little while ago, literally less than an hour. I had listened to that and thought, yes, that would be the one. Right. Yes, Carlos, I do like the bridge pickup. It seems a nice fat bridge pickup, and it works for pretty much most things. Things at the bridge as well as how you deal, you know, if you play guitar, how you approach it as well. It gets a nice smooth sound out of it. But you can really get a ratty sound out of it as well. So. So nice and smooth, but you can also get that sort of popping the tone up a little bit. So, you know, there's a lot to be said for... Hello, Mark. Good afternoon to you, too. There's a lot to be said for that tone control. It makes a lot of difference. So from there... And just by backing the tone off to about sort of 6 or 7, you sort of can get really fusion. So yeah, a really good sound, I think. You know, out of when you think about the fact that the Strat, really the front pickup is the sort of crowning glory. But yeah, you're right there, Carlos. Detailed and fat. That's what I like. It still has a nice top end to it, but there's some tone there, definitely. That's right. Tone mod of the bridge. Yes, exactly the same, Carlos. Every one of my Strats has the tone control wired to the bridge. In fact, a lot of them don't even have tone controls on the front and mid. Some of them do, but you know, if it was a choice between having tone on the bridge and tone on the front and mid, I would always pick the bridge. So some of my Strats have like a tone on the front pickup and then the shared tone between the bridge and the mid. Some have the tone, or this tone is on the front pickup and mid, and then just a dedicated one for the back pickup. So I can sometimes, because I have it down an awful lot, so sometimes if I do it that way and just have a, you know, if you like a solo tone control for the bridge, I can leave it on sort of like 5 or 6 and don't touch it for a gig. So every time I sort of go back to it, I don't have to muck about with mucking about with the tone control. My tellies are all well, you know, they are anyway, but definitely I do the same thing on my Telecasters. So if I'm using a telly, always the tone is down when I'm using the back pickup on any kind of gain. But I'm neglecting the front pickup. What else we got, Pete? What's the signal chain? Well, I'm through at the moment. For that last one, I was into a Wampler Ecstasy. So straight at this. Hello, Jason. How you doing? Nice to hear from you. I was just talking about it. Well, you know, I know you're not working for Wampler anymore. Basically, this is that one was through the Ecstasy, Euphoria as it's now called, but this one is an Ecstasy from way back. So the sort of, if you like, the the dirty clean is basically the Ecstasy set on the what's it called? If you like, the Dumble setting, but it's I know there's a different name for it on it. I always forget what it is. Smooth, I think it is. So it's on the smooth setting with the gain pointing at roughly 10 o'clock, bass on 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and treble is on about 9 o'clock. So that's how it's now called the Euphoria, absolutely. I'm guessing they changed the name purely because of the connotations of the drugs. Smooth setting, that's the one. Yes, on smooth setting. So I've got it on that one, and then I sort of use that, if you like that, the dirty thing, to into a Seymour Duncan 805. At the moment, I've got tons and tons of overdrives to play with. But at the moment, I've got an 805 after that. So if I turn the ecstasy off, I've got the 805 on its own at the moment. So that's my 805. Oh, I see, yes, I've got you, Jason. I should have thought that one, the Bogner Ecstasy. So that's just the 805 by itself. I'll put it back on the front pick. You hear the difference. So that's just like a nice sort of like crunchy sound, and then sticking the Ecstasy, whopping it up a little bit. So it just adds that nice bit not a nice bit of grunt to it. So it doesn't sound quite, if you turn the Ecstasy off, it still sounds nice. You don't quite get that sort of sustain. So that sort of, and then the Ecstasy on. So that's one good thing about the lockdown. I get to play with all this stuff without being interrupted. Right, so let's finish off with something different. Paul, use the Kemper note all the time. Yeah, I've a couple of people like yourself and a friend of mine, Johnny, has the Kemper. I don't know. I'm sure they're fantastic. There's definitely a place for them, and I know I watched like a YouTube video where they sort of, blind tested that between people's favourite amps, and they don't hear them. Can't afford one, so I'm not going to get one. I certainly have every respect for people who have them and get great. I mean, Paul, you get a great sound out of it. I think it's too complicated for me, way too complicated. Can't eat vowels. Yeah. Yes, that's interesting. Right, so basically I'm going to finish off with favourite session today, probably because of the quality and the fact that I'm left-handed, Sheila. Maybe that. I'm going to finish off. I'm going to do another stuff. I've done this one before, Stevie Ray Vaughan track. This one, which I obviously just like, so I'm going to do it anyway. So yeah, if you've liked this, hope you'll come back and see it again. I think I might actually have a play with. I got a free guitar last year, so and I won it in a competition with the Devil. So I beat the Devil and got his guitar off him. So come next time, I'll probably be looking at that one, which is an Ernie Ball. So I'm going to just play one more. Thanks for listening in. I hope the quality was better, as I say. So let me know if you think the quality was better and whether you can stand it being left-handed, and I can try and see how I flip the screens. I suppose I could, as I say, someone suggested I turn the phone around. But I'll see if I can sort it out one with the other. So anyway, this is Mary Had a Little Lamb. Buddy Guy, actually. This is a Buddy Guy tune rather than the Stevie Ray tune, although he did record it. It's important to get that one in there. Right, off we go. That was a bit merry, a little lamb. Right, well, I'm hoping that you've enjoyed watching this. This has been episode 21 of my 42 guitars, and that was the Rory Bitsa caster sunburst bitsa that I put together out of bits, strangely enough. I'll see you again soon with another one of my episodes of my collection. I will much better sound quality, less compression and dropouts. Thank you very much, Peter. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Goodbye for now. Take care.